Hi. Come on in. Sorry about all the cat hair. This is the store cat. I mean, he's my cat, but I bring him to work with me, you know? I guess he's done. Okay, bye. I'm sorry about that. Welcome to the Click Clack Shack. How can I help you? Okay. Yes. I absolutely think I can help you with that. Yeah, I can. Have you ever been to our store before? Oh, well, welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay here today. Okay, so we're looking for 2-player games, right? Do you want like max 2-player games, or are we talking can be like 2 to 4? Sure, I have both. Yeah, no problem. The cat hair is still flying everywhere. It's a good thing this isn't like a bakery or something. Okay, do you want to maybe just tell me a little bit about your gaming interests? Either in video games or board games. Okay. I play that too, yeah. Okay. And the person you're gonna be playing with, is this like a partner or a friend, or okay. And are there like their gaming history similar to yours? No? Okay. Okay, so we'll look at games that are easier to what I call like gateway games, you know, which will be easy for them to just kind of jump into and won't be too scary, intimidating. But I do have two in mind that are a little bit more scary, intimidating, and that might be something that you're a little more interested in. Maybe not to play with them, but you know, maybe down the line that could be something that we look at. Alright, just wait right here for me. I'm gonna go grab them, we'll put them here on the table, and we'll have a look together. Okay? And I'll probably go put the cat up somewhere else. I don't want him bothering you with the hair flying everywhere and all that. Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me go get all that stuff for you. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start with showing you those 2 games that I was telling you about that are a little more, they're a bit more involved, we'll say involved, and I just want to show you them, and you can like have them in the back of your mind. So they belong to 2 very famous IPs. So we've got, oh my gosh, they're so big. First of all, I don't know if you're familiar or not with it, but Star Wars Rebellion, obviously a Star Wars IP, and it's one of those games that can be 2-player, but it's a 2 team game, you know what I mean? One side Rebels, one side Empire, and essentially you could do 1-on-1 where one person plays the Empire, one person plays the Rebels, or you could team up in teams of 2 and have the game is set to work where 2 people share control of one side. So, but it is a hefty game. I mean, look at the thickness alone of this game. I mean, it is a lot of fun, especially if you like Star Wars. You're really gonna enjoy getting to play in this IP. All your favorite characters are there. There's even like an expansion that includes newer characters from Rogue One, which I don't know about you, but that's personally like my favorite Star Wars film. One of, I guess. Let's say favorite of the newer films. It's a fantasy flight game, which is they make really good games, basically. You can kind of see a little bit of the board setup here. There's like a million pieces rattling around in here. So there's even like a Death Star, you know, and you get to blow it off. Or the Death Star blows something else up. Either or, you know. A lot of fun, but it is an involved event that is probably going to take you on average like 4 hours maybe. Your first time playing, I feel like it could take you up to like 5 or 6 hours. If you got the game down pat, you could probably finish it in under 3. It's gonna be for a more, a game enthusiast. So maybe a little daunting for you two right off the bat. But I wanted to tell you about it because I really like it. Just gonna set it down because the thing is massive. Another huge game. Okay, the other IP I was talking about is, oh my gosh, this one's heavy. This one is War of the Ring. Obviously based on Lord of the Rings. And this is another one of those where you could be playing 2-player, or you could have 2 teams of 2, each controlling a different side. One side controlling Sauron, I guess. And the factions he has, and the other side basically controlling the Fellowship. So it's another hefty, involved game that's gonna turn into like your whole afternoon is spent playing this game. But maybe that's what you want. Honestly, now I personally like Star Wars more than Lord of the Rings, just me personally. However, I find myself enjoying War of the Ring more than Star Wars Rebellion, and I don't know why. There's something just very fun and satisfying about it. And I'm the kind of gamer that doesn't like to do combat in games. Video game, board game, I get so frustrated with combat, I just don't want to do it. But it's weirdly fun in War of the Ring. I don't know what that means. Let me see if I can show you a bit of the board at the back. I'll just turn it around. Basically, map of Middle Earth. You got all the little figurines of the Fellowship and all that, which is super fun. And the worst bit is you can like actually lose Fellowship members. I'll have forum here. So it's a game where you are not aiming to replicate the events of the films or the books. You are telling your own story as you control, or you or a friend control the Fellowship and you set out. So it's strategy. It's fun. If you're the Fellowship, then you're trying to get the ring to Mordor. I think that's probably pretty obvious. But along the way, you may split up the Fellowship and move this way or that, and you may lose people, but as long as you end up with someone and they make it all the way to Mordor, you get to win. However, there's a whole corruption element where the longer the game goes, like the more you could get corrupted by the ring's influence, and simultaneously you're fighting these battles between Sauron's forces and, say, the Riders of Rohan, or yeah, it's very fun. I don't know why I enjoy that one a little bit more than Star Wars, but anyway, those were the two big ones. I don't expect you to be interested in giant games like that. I do have three games that I think are gonna be more what you're looking for today, and they are here. 3 games. So we have little game Jaipur, and this one is truly just a 2-player game. It's max 2 players. You can't really play with any more people, and it's fast. Once you understand how the game goes, it'll take you 15 minutes to play. So it's one of those fun games. Hey, I've got a bit of free time. What do you want to do? Oh, quick game in Jaipur. Yeah, quick game in Jaipur. You could take it on a trip. I've played this on vacations. You could play it, while you're on a train or a plane. I feel like if you have enough space. Very easy to pick up and learn very quickly. So this one would be a very good starter game for you both to play together. I'll do a little bit more of a deep dive. I'm just doing a quick overview for you, and then we'll deep dive. Okay, second one. The games are getting incrementally bigger. This is the second edition of, and this box is so beautiful. PAX Premiere. Very, very beautiful game. The box itself just feels so smooth, so quality. I really like it. This one is a more than 2-player. Can go up to 5 players. However, I've only ever played this 2-player, and it works really great. I know a lot of people can do 3, 4 players, and I have seen it up to 5, but I pulled this aside because it's very fun as a 2-player game. This one is gonna be longer than Jaipur that I just showed you. It's probably gonna take you at least an hour, I think. The box says 45 minutes to 150 minutes, but I always find those times to be wrong. I never find those times to be accurate, to be honest. Sorry, my stomach is growling. And I'll open up this box and show you in a bit, because I want to show you how absolutely beautiful the pieces are. Almost like a work of art. Right. And the very last one I pulled aside is another just 2-player game. I really don't think you can have more than 2 players with this. Doesn't really tell you much from the box art. It's really just a very lovely work of art. Oh, but it does say on the side that this game is called Radlands. Radlands. It's essentially if Mad Max were a 2-player game. Yeah, it's very Mad Max. It's a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland kind of game, and there's a water shortage. Yeah, that's kind of a whole element of the game, is a water shortage. I really enjoy this game. It's kind of addicting because, again, once you know what you're doing and you've got a bit of experience playing the game, I think you can easily knock out a round in 20 to 30 minutes, and then you'll find yourself going, okay, let's do best 2 out of 3, and you just keep going, and you go and you go and you go. It's very fun, and this one is especially cool because, should I tell you or should it be a surprise? If you want to just sit down, pull up a chair, and I'm going to do a little bit more of a deep dive into these games with you and kind of break open the boxes. Don't worry, these are just the store copies, so I can open them, and if you buy one, it will be unopened and plastic wrapped. Okay. So go ahead. Go ahead and sit down right there. Come closer, don't worry, I won't hurt you. And we'll talk about these games, yeah? Okay. Alright. First up, let's go back to Jaipur. A very beautiful game. Let's open it up. Got the instructions. Okay, so here are the cards, which are the main aspect of the game. And you have a few different kinds, so these are camel cards. And there's more camels. Okay, then you have the different, what I call them. Essentially, the way the game works is that you are looking to buy things at the market and trade and collect. Yeah, you replicate a market. So there are different things to buy at the market, like this one is it spice? I always call this one tea because it looks like green tea, but I'm sure there's like actual words for these. There's like sandals, leather goods. That's what brown is. There's silks, beautiful silks, and gold things. You know, very fancy, expensive things. There's also like red gems, rubies. And there's also a silver, here it is. Silver things. So, I mean, it's basically just these colors, you know, purple, red, gold, brown, green. And your goal is to obviously collect these colors. You want to try to get a certain number of these colors so that you can get more money for them. It comes with this really cool coin. Look at this. It's so nice. I mean, like, I just love when a game comes with like a really nice piece like this. It just, I don't know, like it's an actual, you know, solid coin. So you collect these tokens when you trade in the, like say you've collected 3 purple, then you would get the first, would you get like the first 3 of these, but they have different values. It goes up from like 1 to 2 all the way to 5. So essentially what you're doing is you're kind of bluffing the other player. You're trying to collect like as many of these different ones as possible to get the best highest value token here, like a 5. However, maybe the other player is also similarly collecting the exact same color, and they swoop in and they take the higher value cards, and you're left with the lower value. I say cards, but they're not cards, tokens. So it's all about choosing what to prioritize, which cards you want to be collecting, and trying to guess what the other people are guessing based on the cards that they are picking up. Like you see them pick up a red, you're like, oh, maybe they're collecting red and I should avoid that. I'm not doing a great job of explaining this, but essentially that is how the game works. It's a collection game, and you are competing against the other player for these collections of cards. At the end of the game, trying to get as many points from these tokens as possible. So as you can see, it's not a super involved game. It's not super in depth, and it's easy to set up and play and then put away. So it's good for like a little lunch game of Jaipur, you know? Real easy in this tiny little box. So okay, I'm gonna put it all back, put the little coin back. The camels are actually a special thing. It's like at the end of the game, whoever has the most camels gets a special camel token. And the camel token is worth 5 points, which is pretty good. On the back it tells you the coin values. So although while you're playing the game, you can trade the camels for more coins or cards. Say you had the 3 camels and I'm collecting these camels. At any point I could be like, I'm trading in my camels to pick up 3 cards. But you could just be collecting the camels to get that extra 5 points at the end. Kind of mean the difference between winning and losing. You never know. Alright. So that's Jaipur. And this is probably going to be my number 1 pick for you, my number 1 suggestion. Not only because of ease of learning the game and ease of playing, but it's very affordable. Yeah, this one is the most affordable of all. Alright, next let's look at this beauty. Pax Pamir, as I told you. So on the back it says, it says it's 1823. For nearly a century, the Durrani princes held together an empire that stretched from the frontiers of Persia to the Punjab. Now their authority has collapsed, and new rivals have emerged from the shadows. Can you unify Afghanistan, or will you push an unstable region into chaos? So it's a historical game, yes, as you can see. It's a historical political game about controlling Afghanistan. Yeah. So this one is slightly more expensive, but it's very involved. You can see how many pieces it has. This is like a cardboard where you'd be laying these different people on it, and the actual board itself is cloth, which is really special, I think. I can't quite get it out because it's, well, okay, I'll get it out. It is rolled up back here. And I mean, it's just gorgeous. Isn't that? I think it's completely unique. I guess I don't really know of another game that has a cloth board, but I like it. I like it so much more. So you're controlling these different regions, and you're placing things along the border, and you're setting up troops in there. Just gonna roll it up really quickly and show you the pieces, because if there's anything cooler than the cloth board, it's the pieces of the game, which you may be able to see. And by pieces, I'm not talking about these little guys. These are pretty bog standard in any game, but I'm talking about these. These represent the people. These represent your units, I guess you could say. So there's 3 different colors, and they represent the 3 different powers, which is Afghan, Russia, and the British. So you can pick one of the 3 to eventually try to cede control over the game. So this is the British. The British are pink for some reason. And yeah, Afghan is this lovely green, and Russia is yellow, and they have different symbols. So the lion is the British, and then the bird is Afghan, and the bear is Russia, and then these beautiful patterns, and they're like clay almost. They've got these intricate designs. I think these are just my favorite pieces of any game, really. I find the gameplay a little bit more challenging in this one and possibly a bit more frustrating, so this is probably going to be my third recommendation out of all 3 games. This may be the one I recommend the least, but I still do highly recommend it for you. It just may be a little bit more involved and more complicated for beginners, or even not for beginners. Like, I can find it a bit of a challenge if I'm not in the mood to play this sort of game. There's many other pieces, and you can just take a quick look at what the cards are. These are these different the different people that you'd be collecting that belong to the different factions you see on the bottom, and they do different things. It's been a while since I've played this game, so I can't give you the best on the back's very pretty. I can't give you the best description of the game, you know. I'm not the person to teach you exactly how the game works. Probably need to watch a good tutorial on that, but it is a political intrigue game, which, I don't know about you, they're not personally my favorite kind of games, especially when rooted in real life. I find that a little depressing. I don't know what it is, but I would rather play in a fantasy kind of world, which is probably why I enjoy games like Star Wars Rebellion or War of the Ring more. It's not real people, it's not real conflict. It's all made up. The rules will explain everything, of course. But gosh, it is such a pretty game. This beautiful, beautiful box top. It's very smooth, and the words Pax Premier are a little shiny. It's very pretty. Alright, last one. Radlands. And I told you there was like a secret that I was gonna show you, so let's get into that. Very interesting looking inside, not really what you're used to. Oh, sorry, let me show you the inside of the box, because that's kind of a work of art itself. So you can see the whole post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland theme is spot on, yeah. I call that guy Morton Joe. Yeah, so here is why this game is so cool, because these are your game mats. So kind of similar to the board of Pax Premier that was fabric. These are also fabric, but they're not really game boards. I don't know, they're like personal player mats. I don't think I'm describing that well, but essentially you can play with or without these mats. They're not a necessity. And this right here, it's a box within a box, and this has everything you need to play the game. So here's why I really enjoy this game. Similar to Drive Pro, which I said was, you know, very small, easy to take with you. Similarly, you can just take this. You can just take this little box with you, and it's great for travel. And I've gone to other countries with this game. Yeah, and played it in like my hotel room and on like trains and stuff. But I'll take that out. So yeah, all the pieces you need, all the cards, everything, they do fit in here. these help, but they're not necessary. Let's get one out and show you what it looks like. I do love the fun neon colors of this game. So here's the map. Maybe I should turn it around so you can see it. It feels a bit like a keyboard kind of map, you know, mouse pad kind of thing. That's what it kind of reminds me of. So essentially you'd be playing here. These are like your home spaces where you have these camps that have these special powers, and the reason why they are like this in two different shapes is because your cards can get injured, and when they're injured you turn them on their side, and then if they die you flip them over. You set up your board like this, and the way you attack is like these cards would get attacked first, and then these cards, and then these cards. Then, as I said, water is a thing. So if you see the little water symbol everywhere, you're collecting your water because your water equates to how many moves you can make. And you can get things that will give you extra water, which means you can do more. These are the water tokens. Nice little thick tokens. So there's a bunch of those, bunch of water in here, and you would put them like that, and then pick them up, and you'd like put them on your cards to say, I'm doing this. Maybe one card costs 1 water, and then maybe another one costs 2, so you have to put them both on there. And then these are those camps that I was telling you about. They do different powers. Your goal is to eliminate all 3 of your opponent's camps while keeping your own camps intact. It takes a bit to, learn what all the different camps do and how best to set it up, because you could combine a couple that make you really powerful. Alternatively, if you don't fully understand how the camps work, you may have 3 very disjointed camps that don't really do a lot. There's just too much to explain in this game, to be honest, but it is essentially that. It's like a deck building kind of game, but the deck you're building is out here, and you're using these cards to destroy your opponent's cards. All in good fun, of course, but these are like the actual deck that you would be using. And they all have very Mad Maxy looking people on them. Yeah, right. You're just a scavenger of this nuclear wasteland. Very Fallout. And so the 3 is like how much water it costs. 1, 3, and then it tells you what it does at the bottom. The different symbols mean different things, like this means an attack. This one also is an attack, but only for a specific kind of card, and this means like picking up more cards, stuff like that. It is very easy to learn. The thing is just learning what the individual cards do and how best to combine them for the best results. So if you are learning at the same time, then you guys should be on equal footing, rather than playing with someone experienced who's gonna kick your butt. But it's honestly very easy to get to learn and start being really good at the game. So this is the one map, and then the other is a different color. I'll show you that one. Let's roll that up. Did I roll that up enough? Yeah, just about, yeah. The other one, and this one is my favorite map. I like the purple orangey color combo more. But it's the same thing, and it does the same thing, it's just got the things on the different side. Really do recommend this game. The only reason why I would not recommend it more than Jaipur is because it is a more expensive game. It's harder to find. We do have a couple copies, but because they are a little harder to find, they are a little pricier than your average game. Totally worth it in my opinion, because the game is so freaking fun. I could sit and play this game for like hours, and I have. And again, it's really fun to take with you, with the fact that it just comes in this really, unfortunately you can't just get this, you have to get the full thing. So that is a shame. But those are the 3 games basically. So that was basically what I wanted to show you, and I hope I did a good enough job explaining roughly how they work so you get a good enough idea. Sorry, I've just been blabbering for so long. Why don't you tell me what you think? Yeah, no, I do agree. Okay. Okay, yeah. We can do that. Absolutely, yes. So just do Jaipur today, yeah? I really think you're gonna have a lot of fun, trust me. And then you'll be coming back for Radlands. Yeah, that's my bet. Yeah, we'll see. I put money on it. Okay. So just 1 copy of Jaipur, and then we'll just, tentatively put Radlands on hold. Yeah. Alright. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you maybe learned something about board games or found something new you're interested. Remember Rebellion and War of the Ring. Don't forget about them. I do think you'd have a lot of fun with them. But baby steps. We start with Jaipur, then we maybe move into Radlands, then maybe we even do PAX Premiere, and then we get the big games out. Yeah, that's when we break out the big games. Alright, I wish you lots of gaming fun. Don't forget to stop back in the Click Clack Shack anytime for all your gaming needs. We also do RPG stuff, campaigns. Yeah, we sell dice and all that fun stuff. And sometimes the cat is here even. Yeah, he's asleep now, I'm pretty sure. Thank goodness. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. It was really nice to meet you. Alright, I'll just get this boxed up and you can be on your way and play Jaipur very soon. Alright, thanks for stopping.